please read this disclaimer carefully before proceeding further. Welcome traders to the analysis of gold XAUUSD. Thanks for joining me here. My name is Vic. Gold again had a very fantastic week. It has been just going through all of our targets one by one, and it has been looking very strong. And this is more of an update and not an analysis. So if you want to find out exact analysis or how I reached these levels and all that, I strongly suggest that you refer to my previous analysis from previous week or the week before as well. In this, we are going to look at what gold has done and what kind of opportunities we can actually see in the next week. Before I go there, just remember one thing, that right now we are on a weekend, and this month is not over yet. So whatever you see right now can change very drastically. It can change very fast, very quickly. So you have to be careful on Monday, because on Monday there are bank holidays on in several countries, and then there can be a lot of changes which can happen in just one day. So if you are in any kind of position, make sure that you are managing your risk and you're managing your positions by using stop losses, and you're not taking more than required risk as per your trading plan. So what has happened so far? Gold has been going through all of our targets. So I'll start from here. The market started to go higher from this level, from this FCP zone. It went higher, and then we were expecting a downward move. Okay, which move was completed. It was very fast. It happened in few hours. I think it happened only in 1 hour. The market fell down into this FCP zone and then came back inside. It consolidated there for some time. There was a gap left. So in our group I mentioned that the market could go higher to fill that gap. It did, and it started to go even higher, and this is 1890 level, 91 level, which we were waiting for, because this was the next move which was anticipated. Market came there. In fact, it started to go higher to other levels, which were 1903 and 1909, and then started to fall down. This became support. So 1891 became support here. Market pushed down a little bit further down on Friday, and this is what we were discussing in our FCP students room as well, and in Telegram, that the market could actually push down and then go back up, and this is what we have been doing. So this is my own personal trading that I've been looking into. This has been my trading plan. Went long from here, target 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then target 5 was here. All of them were hit. Then short from there, then took a short from all the way to down to this level. There were 2 targets here, and then took a long all the way to 1904, and this is what we have been looking into. So this is the pattern that was formed, and this was the target. So the first target was met within a few minutes. In fact, it was so volatile that market fell through this target, fell to this FCP zone, and on its way up it started to go upwards, and it can keep on going upwards because we have a W pattern, but we'll come to that in a second. This was a very important level of 1893.312, and this was decision point, 1891.220. Now what is a decision point? Decision point was this was one of the most important level, kind of pivot level. I'm not talking about the pivot point, but the pivot level, which could actually change the direction of the market. You see, when the market was going below this, it started to fall down, but it was never able to close below this. The market fell, but it went up and created a bull candle after this. Okay, so that is why this was a decision point, and since then market kept on going higher. In fact, it picked up more strength, right? So this is why we were looking at this. Now there is a gap left here. There are a few gaps which have been left on gold market. So let me actually point that out where they are. Okay, so if I go to 1 hour time frame, okay, so there are a few gap left. So this one has been filled obviously, and I'm going to just move it to this place because there is a gap left somewhere around here, around I think it is 1896 level or so. There is a gap left there. There are a few historical gaps which are left already here. One is left around 1840 41 or 42 level, and there is, I think, somebody reported that there was a gap left at 17 something level as well. So at some point in time, gold can actually come back down to cover all those gaps, but for now it is looking bullish, and it can keep on rising higher to 1909 level, which is the previous level here, and then it can continue to go into 1917 or 1918 level as well. Why is that? Because I'll come to that in a second, because when we will look at the water and research system, but these levels can be reached. So how do we trade this? For now, as soon as the Monday opens, we need to watch it. If you are in a position right now, then you need to make sure that you manage your risk, especially on Monday, because the market can be very, very choppy. There can be low liquidity. That also means that the market could be like going up and down a lot of times, and it can actually come down to fill that gap up, because we have a W pattern here which can push the price back down. Okay, so that's one of the possibilities. So you'll have to be careful if you are long already. Okay, another way of looking at it, that this used to be the resistance here, and the market has now broken above, and it may come back down to perform a retest, and it can continue to go higher into this level, which is 1909. And if that happens, I'm not expecting it to just stay there, because this level is not a very strong level. This is actually a temporary level, so there can be a little bit of up and down, or maybe consolidation. I'm expecting it to continue to 1917 or 1980 level or so, and in extreme case it can continue to go to 1922 level as well. Now, one of the things that I will also mention here is that if I go to the weekly time frame, let me go there, and then I'll show you what I mean. If I go to the weekly time frame, there is a very important and very interesting observation that you will see here, is that market has not taken any kind of break in last 4 weeks. So when this happens, the market starts to go parabolic sort of momentum, because if you see, this is what happened last time. It started to not stop here. 1 2 3 4 candles, 5 6 7 8, near about 7-8 candles on weekly time frame. This became parabolic, and this has a tendency of doing that again. So it is possible that the gold can actually reach this previous high as well, which is 1956 level or so, if it continues to go higher. I was expecting it to be a bearish week last week, but it didn't turn out to be a bearish week, and the reason behind that was because I wanted to see a retest of this trend line which was there, and it can still happen. Next week can be bearish as well, right? You never know, but the way it is going right now, this has started to look like more like this, and if that is the case, then we should not just leave out the possibility that it can it can go there. It can actually reach the previous level here at the 1956 or 1960. So because this is very, very bullish right now. Okay, another thing that I will show you here is, if I go to the daily time frame, and if I delete this, okay, on daily time frame, this is looking very, very overstretched right now. As you can see, there is it is not taking any kind of breather. It is just trying to go up, and then it falls a little bit, then goes up, and then falls a little bit, then it goes up. So this is turning into kind of bad behavior now. So that means market may actually, they basically want to reach a certain level, and once that level has been reached, then it will just fall like a rock. That is a possibility, but until that level is reached, you are not going to get this correction, right? So if you are waiting for a short, if you are in short, if you are adding to your short position, you should not be doing that, because this can continue to drag its feet until it reaches a level. Now, what is that level? One of those levels can be 1918, 1917, 1918. Other one can be 1922, and then last one can be near about 1956 or so. So those are important levels that you should be aware of. Okay, let's look at water and research. If I go to water and research, this gold has started to show an early warning at the bottom here, traders who have what envisaged know that when this color changes, we get an early warning that the market could be turning bearish. But you see, the water wave has not turned bearish yet, right? So that means we are still not ready to go for a short position. On Friday it was showing a little bit red, but because we need to wait for the daily close, the market actually created turned that into blue once again. So that means we still do not have a proper confirmation that market wants to go down. Okay, and that means the market is still bullish. It wants to basically extend higher. So that's what we can see on daily time frame. If I go to the 4-hour time frame, on 4-hour time frame now, as you can see, the market gave us a very good short opportunity. Some of us, what our users and us, we were able to take this, and it reached its profit target here, first profit target. And as expected, the water curve here supported the price, it started to go higher, and it turned positive here. Basically, the market has turned bullish, and everything looks blue. That means the market is expected to go higher, and this is the expected profit target level. So if I give you this, if I put a line there, then you should be able to make use of that. So if I put a line here, this is approximately 1918 level, which we saw in our analysis as well, and this is the previous target as well, which was given by this. So that means the market is still following this signal that we had, and it can go all the way to 1918 level. So that is a possibility here. Let's go to the 1-hour time frame and see what is going on. Okay, on 1-hour time frame also we have bullish scenario here. Everything is looking blue now, and the level that you're looking for on 1 hour is this one. White dot is basically the target, so 1911 is the target, and another target, which is the older one, is going to be near about 1916. So I'm looking for the market to continue into 1911, 1916 and 1918. So these are the bullish parts. So far what I can see that it is turning red here, but the market is overextending. I think it just wants to reach these targets before it starts to take any kind of correction. Let's go to the 15 minutes time frame to see if there is any short-term opportunity for you. Okay, so far again everything is looking blue, so that means the market is still bullish. It's still overextending. As you can see, these candles are overextending. They're not taking any kind of proper corrections, but the market can do anything, whatever it wants to do. So that means it still wants to go higher. So this is what we have on the bullish side. These are the levels which you have been given. I'll post the chart, this chart, and FCP analysis chart onto our Telegram group. Okay, let's go back to our chart and see if there is anything else that we can add. If I go to 30 minutes time frame and research the chart, okay, yeah. So this is what I was just telling about at the start. If the market performs a retest, you see the market has gone above this previous structure here, and in that process it has also created a W pattern, and this W pattern is not finished yet. It wants to go higher. Why? Because this is not where it ends. It wants to go higher. It can actually go a little bit higher to this level, but I'm expecting it to go even a little bit higher further to this level. But on Monday, make sure that you watch the price action before taking any further trades. It can fall down onto this level or even lower to close this gap and then start to move up. So just follow the market, what the market is trying to do. But so far it is still looking bullish unless the market changes completely drastically, it does something completely weird. Okay, so this is our analysis on gold. Hope you enjoyed this analysis. Make sure you hit the like button, put in a comment, and share it with other traders and trading communities, because that's how we help each other, right? Okay, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great trading week next week. If you're interested in learning how to analyze the markets the way I do using Fibonacci Confluence, then head over to Vikinsa.com, and under training section you'll be able to see Core Strategy Training Program. On this page you'll be able to see the testimonials of previous students and also look at the brochure. The brochure has a lot more information, including the course structure and the Fibonacci Confluence Training Program curriculum. This is a very extensive program in which we cover basic core Fibonacci concepts along with the advanced concepts to analyze the markets with high probability. If you're interested in joining this program, come to Vikinsa.com, and under training section you'll be able to see and submit this form.